straight to your home. Choose from over 50 plus gourmet meal options cooked by world-class chefs and delivered frozen, ready to eat within minutes and no commitment. Welcome to the One Shop Gourmet Food Delivery, specializing in affordable options to eat right and feel great. 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Every ingredient is handpicked to the highest standard. And why you should buy from homebistro.com? Restaurant quality, made with natural ingredients, delivered right to your door. Overnight shopping is available. Diabetic, paleo, heart health, and vegetarian options to eat. Doing business since 1999. Courteous, knowledgeable, and professional support. Complete PCI compliant SSL security ordering, and great meals. Choose from some of my favorite dishes: the Mediterranean chicken with orange honey sauce, the charbroiled chicken romesco, or the grilled chicken breast with sweet and spicy vegetables. No matter what you choose, you can't lose with homebistro.com. Eat great, feel good, and save some money with homebistro.com. Hit the link in the description section below for more information. WhoThatDaily.com. That's right, the WhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, and even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, WhoThatDaily.com is your site. The WhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who That in all of us.
Yeah. Well, all right. Like you always say, welcome, welcome, welcome. Number one sports talking D. We ain't like the Falcons, we won't blow the lead. Look, all we talk is who that, who got cut and who back. Rookies and the vets, players you should look at. It's the sports coma, you don't wanna miss it. Got the pre-game, party, post-game statistics. Get a visit from Sway, maybe DC or 5. It's the hottest thing smoking, Big Q and the guys. Go to YouTube Live, make sure you subscribe. Interviews inside the Saints locker room high. Talk to Drew, Jordan, Zach, Peyton, New Orleans, Who That Nation. Best believe when I say we bleed gold and black. Ain't a miracle or rivalry could ever hold us back. No, Beastquake, Bounty Gate, let the truth be told. It's the sports coma, all we know is say Super Bowl. Yeah.
You're listening to the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys on the PRO Media Network.
Who that to the black and gold family, man. We in this thing. TSC doing it big Monday, baby. What's happening? What's going on, fam? What's popping? What's going on, fam? What's popping? What's happening? What's going on, man? It's Monday, starting the week off right with a fresh episode of the Coma. Much love to the great Saint Tank. I salute you in the entire black and gold world. Much love to you guys. Appreciate y'all being in the live stream today. Much love to the black and gold family members in the entire Who That Nation. The great Saint Tank is in the building. Much love to the family members on this Monday. I hope all you guys had a fantastic weekend as we get going. Another week started off, baby, after the end of a tough week, but a pretty good week last week, but we're going to do it better this week. Much love to the family members. Appreciate you guys being here. Much love to you. Please feel free to hit upon the like button and subscribe if you're on the subscriber. Join the great Saint Tank, the Sports Coma family, man, and the rest of the Who That Nation. Appreciate y'all guys being in the building. Much love to everybody, and we in this thing. So we're going to start off with salutations and recognizing, man. Recognizing the great Saint Tank family. Before we utter any word about the Saints, you know I got to give love and respect to the family members. Gonna start it off, Brother Torrey, who that to you? Brother Jerry, who that to you? Troll, what's up, Brother Troll in the building? Who that to you? Who else we got there? Be Kind. What's up, fam? Who that to you as well? What's up, Cutter? Who that to you, fam? Much love, bro. Good to see you in the chat, man. All right, what's up, Gabriel? Who that to you as well? Big ups to Gabriel. All right, who else we got chiming in this thing? All right, let's see who else we got. I think I got, I don't want to leave nobody out. Oh, Cooler, what's up, fam? Big ups to Old Coolers in the building. Pick it and flick it. What's up, fam? How y'all doing? All right, Pelicans Nola. What's up, Pelicans Nola? Who that to you, fam? Appreciate you being in the live stream as well. And much love to the entire Black and Gold family members as people start rolling in. What's up, Tess, baby? Who that to Tess as well? Much love to Tess chiming in as well. And much love to the family. If you didn't hear your name, give me a who that, and I give you a who that back, baby. Much love. All right, what's up, Tech Saint? What's up, brother? How you been? Big ups to you. Good to see you in the chat, fam. I hope you and the fam is all right out there in Texas, man. Much love to you. Appreciate you chiming in on this Monday. All right, fam. And like I said, this one's titled TSC is Chauncey Gardner-Johnson ready to take the next step in his evolution, in this progression. You know, and Chauncey Gardner's been a beast. And we're going to cover about 4 articles today on the coma. What's up, brother Tramal? Who that to you? We're going to cover Trade Davenport. That has nothing to do with with the show title there. Tramal just said, man, listen, Q, trade Davenport. They're not going to do that, bro. They're not going to trade Davenport, brother Tramal. It's not going to happen, my brother. They read up, they just, you know, do that option on him. That mean they got him for 2 years. Sean Payton's is not going to trade Davenport, bro. You know, he's going to have one of them Trey Hendrickson type seasons. And really, truly, this is the year. So I will wait. I will wait to see this year. I really do think he will have a really respectable year this year. I really do. This is his year. He's healthy. He really got his head in the game. He's a big kid, man. But, boy, I tell you what, putting the power, the speed, and the game together, I think in the 4th season, that's when it all sinks. It take a while, some people, but it all sinks in that 4th year. It comes together a bit. So let's just give him a chance, man. I don't want to trade him too soon. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Gary? Who that to Gary Carraway? Much love to you, brother Gary. Who that to you? What's up, Truth Hurts? What's up, fam? Who that to you, man? Much love to you as well. What's up, brother Wallace? Who that to you, fam? All right. Thank you, Tech Saint, bro. Good, bro. Everything been fine. What's up, Rudy? Who that to you? What's up, Big Low? My dog Big Low in the building as well. Much love to you, Big Low. All right, and the rest of the family members as well. What's up, brother Claude? What's happening, fam? How you feeling, man? Much love to you. Appreciate you, man, for stopping by. But yeah, that's a part of it, man. You know, Davenport is he's gonna rain hell on them guys. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, man. The Saints, they're not talk. I mean, listen, they don't know. You take it from a black and gold man. I'm telling you, they don't know. Listen, I'm telling you. They in trouble. The league is in trouble, man. We the underdogs once again. People saying we ain't the best competition in the NFC side. I don't know how you stupid enough to write an article saying the Saints is not the best competition in the NFC South for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You know, I don't know how stupid you must be to write an article to count the Saints out when we just got through kicking ass 4 years straight. Well, that was because of Drew, now, Q. That was Drew Brees. Drew Brees was the reason why y'all was winning all that stuff. That's what you keep missing. Drew Brees was the one missing all that stuff. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Y'all can't win nothing without Drew Brees. Are you kidding? Need to put a little hint of comedy and fear in their voice. Are you kidding? Drew Brees was doing all that, Q. I hear you, bro. I hear you, but you do recognize that we were 8-1 without Drew Brees, our Hall of Fame first ballot quarterback. And their head explode because they can't deal with the facts. What you think this gonna happen to a dumbass? He gonna actually say, "Oh, I didn't know that. Let me recalibrate my answer." No, man, it don't work like that. All right, what's up, Elite? Big ups to you. What's up, Marco? Who that to you, fam? Appreciate you. What's up, brother Will? Will Dickinson in the building as well. Much love to you. What's up, KB, baby? How you doing? Hope everything going all right with you and the fam. Much love to you. All right. And I hope everybody out there, the Great Saint Think Tank family members, are in optimal health. Let's start off that the way I just want to throw that great, powerful force at the family members, that everybody is in optimal health, you know, and living their best life, baby. Let's start off with that. You heard me? But yeah, it's crazy, man. It's absolutely crazy. That's why I cover some of these articles and I plan for you, and you'd be like, you got to be kidding. You kidding? Somebody wrote that? I said, yeah, they got a dumbass that wrote that. Let me show you this dumbass reporter. And then I'll show you the dumbass reporter. Because they got a lot of them. But we fortunate to have a lot of smart reporters that cover the Saints, man. You know, we really do. And they got some that been doing it for a long time. And I really like what they work, and I'll share their work on here. You know, I will. You know, some writers, I don't give them the time of the day because they don't know what the hell they're talking about. But it don't matter to me whether you got an established writer or one that's just jumping in the game. Whether you getting paid or you not getting paid. If you writing something good and is respectable, I'm going to put your article on the Sports Coma and tell the family members to take it and share because that's how we supposed to do it. But we the Great Saint Think Tank. The Great Saint Think Tank is a collage of people here that use the brains for something. We don't just be sitting up here talking about foolishly believing that the Saints are going to do something when they don't have the pieces to do it. That's not what we're going to do. If the Saints wasn't going nowhere, I'm real enough to sit up here and tell you, fam, listen here, we got problems, fam. If you go back in the day, man, and listen to some of the shows, I was like, fam, we got problems here. We got to do this, that, the third, and then I'll lay out why I feel the way I do, and then even show the depth chart, statistics, and the whole breakdown. It goes beyond just me just throwing out an opinion, which I do have, but I do my best to fortify what I'm saying by using the statistics and using history as an indicator to then reference from and say, family, y'all remember this occasion when this happened? Well, let me go back and break. Like that whole thing with Taysom Hill was supposed to be the heir apparent to Drew Brees, but all of a sudden, them 4 games from last year brought Jameis Winston up the chart. You got Jameis. Well, I told y'all when they brought Jameis, I said Jameis is the wrong quarterback. If you believe in Taysom and he's Steve Young and you love him like he do, Jameis is the wrong quarterback to bring here. You need an older veteran that's not a threat to the man. And Jameis came in. What happened? I calls it, man, because a lot of this ain't got nothing to do with football. A lot of this shit common sense, you know what I mean, fam? And that's what the Great Saint Think Tank is about. It's about facts, it's about common sense, and it's about entertainment, having a little fun while we go through that stuff. So, yep, that's what it is. So big ups to the rest of the fam, man, as we get going. Please feel free to hit the like button as well as we get going in the episode of the Coma. Elise says, to answer your question, Big Q, CJ is most definitely ready. He's been ready ever since he was born. You were born ready. He came out the womb with the ball in his head. I got you on that. I got you, Elite. I love that confident response there. I love that. All right, I love that, man. All right, Brother Garrett says, Big Q, I watched some of the 2021 Madden games they have. They have the Saints looking stiff and sloppy. Somebody told me Brother Jerry was pretty animated in the last one. Somebody said, Q, Brother Jerry was animated. Well, you see, Brother Jerry is a real black and gold man. Whether the Saints are playing ball for real or virtually, he wants them to win. And that's what it's about. And yeah, they do have the Saints. They don't understand it. Computer confused too. The computer confused too. I mean, listen, man, they just don't understand, man. And I can sit up here and do a 24-hour stream and explain everything to them, and they still be confused. You're just not going to get it until you see what's happening, man. That's the bottom line. They just won't see until they realize it. The Saints are in the ultimate underdog role, and that's a very dangerous position for a team as talented as the Saints to be. It's the underdog. So Tampa Bay is a kind of a blessing and a curse, or a curse. Actually, etymology of the word blessing comes from that, but it's actually a good and bad thing that it happened. It pissed off the Saints. A lot of people came in here with redemption on their mind. I know as a black and gold man, I want redemption. You can't destroy the NFC South like we did to get into the playoffs and lay an egg. I mean, I've been saying this for a while, and y'all know for listening to the show for years that I've been saying the Saints have a problem in the playoffs. We have a big problem in the playoffs. We got a major problem. The problem is we get in there and we stink. You know, we start turning the ball over. We don't even look what we look like how we supposed to look like we in the regular season, which was very concerning because I was like, take them pool tables out of there. Stop that Club Saint with the Boosie and all that bullshit playing. When it's time to get in the playoffs, I'm not saying you got to be tight, but we've been there before when we had Club Saint all throughout the playoffs. Let's cut that out, man. We need to get more discipline. When the playoffs start, all that shit need to go out the window, and the task at hand is kicking ass on the field during the playoffs. That's my main commentary on the playoff. And utilization of the running game more so than throwing the ball, over reliance on Drew Brees in the playoffs. when he was quite pedestrian over the last several years of playoff games, to be honest with you. Had a bit of Peyton Manning type of bullshit playoff streak in him. Peyton used to tear up the regular season, but they get in the playoffs and become Clark Kent in the playoffs because that pressure is ratcheted up. You play them better teams in there, and that's at a degree, and it's the people who can take it up to a degree. The next level are the ones that have the success. Well, we know we can run the ball and we can play defense. We got to bring the running game into the playoffs more so than we ever did before, and we also got to bring our defense in there and play fast and not be affected by the injuries, which, we'll see how that works. So with that being said, fam, we're going to pop into it. Jamal says, PJ going to bring Club Saint to his house. Yeah, and that's the only thing I was saying about the Club Saint. It's like, I think Coach Payton, as he got older, Coach Payton used to be quite the disciplinarian when he first came in here. Coach Payton was establishing the culture of the team. He used to write stuff down. And guys would misplay tackles and stuff. He would write it down, and then he would make them do stuff like do push-ups and all that. And I was like, Coach, we need to bring that back. Coach Payton, we need to bring that back. We need to bring that back because you got a lot of young guys on this team. And if you're dropping footballs out there, get your ass over there and give me 100 push-ups. Come on now. You drop that interception, go over there and give me 50 push-ups. It got to be some sweat equity if you out there making mistakes. That's not, if you drop a third down ball, you got to, bro, you can't walk over here and put your head. That ain't good enough. Get over there and get them fucking 50. I mean, the 50. Put them 15. Give me them 50 push-ups, them 100 push-ups over there. Third down ball, that's 100 push-ups. Get on over there. Get on over there. It got to be a mentality of like, we got to step up and handle your business. But if you hurt the team, they got to be sweat equity involved. You got to pay. And that's a part of the game, man. So hopefully we get a lot of that back. So without further ado, fam, what's up, Revolt? What's going on, my dog? Revolt chiming in on this thing as well. Much love to you guys. He said he ran off Joy. I think a lot of times, man, like with us, we got a lot of young players involved in here. I think we're a very good team. And I think the biggest, you don't have to be perfect. The Saints just have to run the ball. And I know you say Q, but you got a coach that is addicted to the passing attack. Yeah, and Coach Payton does like to pass the ball, but I think last year stamped in his mind how really good they were with the running attack, plus the fact that he doesn't have Drew to over-rely on anymore. I'm thinking I might see more of like a Teddy Bridgewater approach to Jameis gets comfortable or Taysom gets comfortable, whoever you think will be the quarterback. I think the more surefire thing we have offensively is the running attack, which we rushed for several games over 200 rushing yards. In several contests, we put up ridiculous amounts of touchdowns, including the 7 rush touchdown game on Christmas Day against the Vikings. I mean, that was stamping and crucial. And even when Elvin Kamara had the C-19 thing that happened in the last week of the season, Ty Montgomery still went out there and ran for over 100 yards to keep the Saints on pace for another win. It goes to show you. And then most of those games with Terron Armstead was out when they rushed for 200 yards. They had James Hurst in there kicking ass. So, I mean, the Saints are vital. They are very dangerous and very excellent rushing team. And I think that stamped the Coach Payton's psyche. He'll still throw the ball eventually. And I ain't mad at that. But the running attack should be and will be, in my opinion, the floor in which everybody walks on in offense, if you get my meaning. All right. So with that being said, man, let's pop up into what's up, Uncle Paul? Who that the great Saint think tank historian, Uncle Paulie chiming in up in this thing. What's up, brother Paul? All right, fam. So let's get up in here. Hold on here. Let me see if I can do this. I got a new keyboard here. So, I mean, let me see if I can get it to switch. Oh, there you go. All right. All right. Saints defensive back Chauncey Gardner-Johnson is ready to take the next step. This is an article we'll cover from Canal Street Chronicles. Then we'll cover the next article here called Sleepers to Watch at Each Position on Defense in Saints Training Camp. We'll cover this article right here from Cam Jordan. Believes he still can be a great in his 30s. We'll get into that one. The biggest battles of the Saints in the training camp, which is coming from my friends at the Saints News Network. So without further ado, please hit up on the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. What's up, Todd? Who that to you, fam? As we get going. All right. Well, Brother Will says, I mean, I got damn every down step. Let's do a handshake. Yeah. That's PJ. His excitement, the handshake coordinator, is involved in a lot of that. But I can understand them celebrating, deflect. They just having fun. And I ain't got nothing against that. but making the plays, not dropping interceptions, and that helps when you can go through your interception drills, and that's what I believe. That's a big part of it. Let's do those interception drills. Let's practice that for the defensive backs, and I think a lot of that was researching Coach Rashard. He's big on that. He's really big on. He's big on having good tacklers, which is why I'm excited about Marcus Williams being under Chris Rashard. I'm also excited about the fact that Chris Rashard's aggressive approach in having his secondary members to strip the ball away. I'm really big on that too, his aggressiveness, because Aaron Glenn toward the back of his tenure kind of got away from that, and I joked about it on the last show, being that they thinking Aaron Glenn might be like, Q, what you talking about having to strip away at the ball? You trying to make me lose my job? I'm just trying to stop him from getting burnt. So, I mean, yeah, I got you on that, Coach Glenn. You trying to get me out of here? All right. No, Coach Glenn. You just do what you do. But I'm really excited about Coach Rashard, man. He's an aggressive coach that preaches those principles. And I'm really excited about what Marcus Williams looks like under his guidance. Also, guys like Laddie Daddy, Marshawn Lattimore, and also the young cornerbacks, Paulson Adebo and Keith Washington Jr., which I really believe is going to be stellar. So with that being said, man, let's go ahead on into it. The Saints defensive back, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, is ready to take the next step. And this is from Ross Jackson, who does some really good work. I like Ross Jackson. He's a smart brother. CD Deuce is far from more than the trash talk. He's an impact defender, ready to find more ways to contribute in 2021. New Orleans Saints defensive back Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, CD Deuce, as he's called, has garnered national attention for his ability to get under the skin of the opposing receivers. Now, I'm going to stop right there for a second, and that is absolutely the truth about what he does. Get under your skin. He does that. Now, when I'm opposed to the Great Saint Think Tank, I want everybody that's listening to the words that's coming out of my mouth, I want all of the family members to tell me what you guys think he be telling them people, okay? That's what I want. I want all of them family members out there, all the Great Saint Think Tank family members, the Sports Coma family members, the Who Dat Nation, the Black and Gold Nation. I want y'all to tell me live in the chat. When the show goes final and you catch it on the replay, put it in the comment section. I want to know what you guys think Chauncey Gardner-Johnson be telling those guys to get them that upset. Tell me in the chat, and please keep it G-rated. My children watch the show, for goodness sake. So just please keep it G-rated. All right. So, yeah. All right. Kick Doe. What's up, fam? Who that to you? Appreciate you stopping by. All right. Pelican Nose said, Big Q. Yeah, I said that I'm bringing back Bountygate just for that. Okay, I got you. All right, let's get into this one right here. So remember, put it in the chat, fam. And keep it G-rated now. Come on now, keep it G-rated. Tell me what you guys think Chauncey Gardner-Johnson be telling those guys to get them that upset. Put it in the chat, and like I said on the replay, put it in the comment section. All right, here we go. He's even become such a focal point for this that the teams have taken practice time to prepare for him. Entertaining as that may be, his game is proven to be a lot more than trash talk. Oh, absolutely. The former Florida Gator was drafted by the Saints in 2019, was widely considered a first round or at least a second round selection, but fell down the draft board. He finished his collegiate career with 161 total tackles, 15.5 for a loss, 4 sacks, and 9 interceptions. He also added 12 pass defense and had a 4.48 speed. Despite all of that, he fell to the 4th round of the draft. That's all right. We found him. It was reported that after the fact that teams expressed character concerns linked to his attitude, but the Saints saw that attitude as a confidence necessary to excel at the position. They drafted him even with safety not being a position of need, though he'll find his niche in the defense regardless. If you know anything about the Saints, then you know for sure that confidence is hugely important in their evaluation of players in the secondary. Oh, no doubt about it. Just not when you get undrafted guys. Ken Crawley had confidence. PJ had confidence before. I don't know what the hell happened to Ken Crawley's confidence. I remember PJ hadn't been the same, realistically speaking, real deal. PJ Williams hadn't been the same player since he lost his job to Ken Crawley. Y'all remember that? And then, and then Ken Crawley, after that 1 year, he had that good year. He just fizzled. When he got picked on, it just never came. That confidence, something, man. That's why I keep preaching to him. You got to have a strong mind, man, because in this world, they'll wear on you. You got to have a strong mind. You got to. And then confidence helps a player forget the bad, and when necessary, forget the good. He can take a lot from PJ, because PJ, you can talk and mess to PJ all day. He's still PJ still gonna get out there and do his thing. So they can go out there and play in and play out to perform up to the best of their abilities. The Florida native has consistently referenced himself in conversations around the best nickel defender in the NFL, and rightfully so. Over the first 2 years, Gardner-Johnson has made good on his confidence and proved he can be an impact player. He even led the team in performance-based pay both years while operating the majority of his snaps from the slot. He's put up some impressive accolades even immediately during the rookie season. After a terrific sophomore campaign, he was recognized as one of the top 10 coverage players in the league by NFL.com when targeted in 2020. Next Gen Stats credit him as allowing a 73.1 passer rating and an EPA of minus 15.9. Writer Nick Shook also referenced his press coverage assignments with numbers, suggesting that New Orleans love his physicality just as much as they love his confidence. No doubt he's the perfect player to play at that dime position at modified nickel. What's up, Lori, baby? How you doing? Good to see you, my friend. All right, and that's something right there about when you see a guy like Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. He is incredibly intelligent and passionate. And sometimes passion could be mistook for overconfidence or what have you. But you need to have guys with this mentality, because you're going to have guys talking mess at them, and they're going to have to know how to do it and how to be more, play that mental game, and then it's just a part of the process. It makes a good player, period. His average pre-snap cushion dropped from 6.6 yards to 4.7, a product of playing in the slot more often. He allowed just 7 receptions for 6 to 8 yards while recording an interception, and 4 other passes defensed on 14 targets in press coverage in 2020. That's really respectable. While some have focused on punches thrown, trash talk, and even calling his music a distraction, Gardner-Johnson and the Saints have focused on his ability to impact the game. You can feel the safety's love for the game and his desire to continue to grow and contribute when speaking to him. His focus is pinpoint. He knows exactly what to express and what's most important to him. A running thread amongst Saints DBs is his attention to the mental side of the game. Gardner-Johnson concentrated on that element quite a bit last time he spoke with the media. And he did it, and we played that a great deal of that. What's up, Scoob? Who that, fam? What's up, my brother? Good to see you, man. Who that to you? And what's up, Slim South 504? What's up, my brother? How you doing? All right. So, yeah, remember we played a lot of that interview on the show maybe a week or so ago, I want to say. I forget sometime. We do so many of these shows. But he was laying the game down. And I was telling the fans, like, man, you see how he explains the game. Chauncey's intelligent, man. He's really intelligent, and he understands the game. Why is he so? Because he understands why the X's and O's, meaning that you could put X's and O's on a board, but he knows exactly what role each player is supposed to play. And especially his job is, why am I supposed to, what am I doing? Well, you're here. You're in the slot. Now, why am I here covering this particular guy? He gets into the intricacies of what this is and that is. And when you have that type of mind, you're going to get the answer. And that's how my mind is. Like, why is this like this? Why? That's how I started off in the game, getting my little information on. I wanted to find out why everything was so messed up and topsy-turvy, So when I began my little search, that's how I started realizing what it was. You get the answer. All it starts off with why. And he's a guy that went and found the answer, and not only found the answer, in the part of the learning process, you read, and then of course, and then you get an understanding or overstand, however you want to phrase it, and then you comprehend, so it's read, comprehension, and then the final part of the learning process is then the application process, which then you apply in the correct manner which you have learned. And he does that really well. Doesn't sound like the attitude problems observed during the draft evaluations have had much of a negative effect on the Saints safety selfishness on the field. When asked about taking the next step in his third year, he turned the focus not just back to his teammates, but his responsibility to them to serve. And this is another way of saying how to serve his teammates, because that's the motto in the Saints building, is how do we serve each other? How do I serve my teammate? Because if he succeeds, I succeed. That's how teams go. I can't be the only guy out here doing my thing. You know, we're a team, which means if you're in a team-based dynamic, you have to understand how the inner workings of what guys got to do. And then everybody helps each other succeed, and we succeed all together as a team. And that's a big part of the process. And he understands that well. So he talked about his responsibility to him. Now that he grasped the details, he's worked to pick up in his first 2 years. Now it's about bringing your teammates with you. Remember he said that? Solidly, solidify or, setting himself up with an external expectation of being a leader for the younger players on the roster. And of course, you see Ross giving them the quote here, quote, doing my job can make it easier on somebody else next to me doing their job, end quote. He has even noted himself as a potential option for the vacant cornerback role opposite of Lattimore. That won't happen. Dennis Allen loves him at that nickel position. He's valuable there. A desire to do whatever it takes to help his team, and he's not alone in that idea. Andrew Doak shared on an upcoming episode of his show that Cam Jordan named CJ as someone he believed could step into that responsibility as well. I know he could play that position, but like I said, I just don't see, Dennis Allen moving him off that modified nickel position to put him on the border. I just don't see that happening. Dennis loves him. He's the key person right there. He's not going to move him. And safety either. I mean, long as Dennis Allen, the coordinator. Surely keeping a young safety where he's excelled to start his career is likely the most realistic option, but the vote of confidence in himself and from his teammates shouldn't go without credit and certainly isn't without merit. Regardless of where he lines up in 2021, the constant will be confidence, leadership, and impact, even if the national focus is elsewhere. Gardner-Johnson's NFL career may have started with a fall, but his rise has the potential to be meteoric. So, listen, all I can say about this, fam, is that, this is well written by Brother Ross, man. Good article. And he's absolutely right. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson is an excellent player. And what's up, JT? Who that to you, fam? Big ups to Brother JT. I think the great thing about Chauncey Gardner-Johnson is his intelligence level, his passion for the game. And that's why I like the brother so much. I like how he brings the game. You can't talk mess to Chauncey Gardner-Johnson and call him God, but he gonna come for you. And I just like his intelligence level. He gets inside those guys' head. And remember that stupid wide receiver that took a swipe at him, got through out the game, and then another guy in the Bears playoff game did the same thing. You just a dummy if you do something like that. You're just a dumbass if you do. Man told him don't do it, and he did it again. I would have cut him right then and there. Didn't I just tell you don't do that because that's what that guy do? Yeah, I know, coach, but he said something about my mama. But anyway, listen. Let me see what the family members did. Y'all let me see. I have to go up in the chat and find out what you guys were saying about what he said in the chat. Let me see, y'all guys. But anyway, I asked the chat to tell me what they think Chauncey Gardner-Johnson be telling the people that he playing football with. What he be telling them? What is Chauncey go? Is he talking about their mama? What y'all think? Y'all tell me. Iceman, what's up, fam? Says, Q, every team we lost to in the playoffs, we were better than. Yeah, that's a part of it. That's a part of it, fam. Okay, Kick Doe says he'll tell them their girlfriend phone number. Doug, what's up, Doug? Doug says probably tell your mama I said hello. Oh man, y'all, that's pretty rough right there. I would have to pop him on top of his head if you said that. Will says CD Deuce be talking about he gonna smash they Ma Dukes fighting words. Oh, that's what's going on here. Okay, all right. Uncle Paul said he be telling them no catches, me and TDs for you today. All right, I got you, Brother Paul. Elise said, I bet it's nothing, Big Q. His play says a lot. I would be drove too if I'm getting. Yep. That could be a part of it too. Todd says only 3 things that spark a reaction like Chauncey Gardner-Johnson get is mama, kids, and women. Well said there. Well said, Todd. They don't tell you exactly what he's saying now. I remember the guy got in a fight and the guy said he spit on him. I was like, I I ain't see all that going on. Remember we played that in slow motion to try to find out? We was trying to be Matlock up in here. We were Perry Mason up in that show. We were trying to get to the bottom of what the hell going on over there with Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. But you're absolutely right. The type of reaction, it got to be the mama. It got to be something about the mama. It got to be something about the kids. And you know what? And it probably got to be something about the girlfriend. It got to be something about the girlfriend. It got to be. For them to be throwing and punching. Oh, he spit on me. No, tell the truth. He said something about your girlfriend. He read your girlfriend number. Is that what's going on here? But, like I said, man, them dudes be fighting mad with Chauncey Gardner. So one day we're going to figure it out. We're going to get to the bottom. We're going to get to the bottom of the mystery. What's up, Tim? Who that to you, fam? Good to see you in the chat, fam. Good to see you in the chat. JT say he talk about the mamas, the children, and the wife. Yeah, well, y'all saying it. True Hurt says Johnson probably talk about their mamas, kids, and y'all saying the same thing. Y'all saying mamas, kids, and wives. That's fighting words. All of those is fighting words. Y'all right. So I was like, why are you getting them up? Why are they so upset? Yeah, I would have to pop him on top of his head too if he was talking like that. He said something about my mom. I would definitely have to pop him upside his head. I would have to take that L, man. Come on. You got to be respectful. You can't talk about people mama now. Come on. And they churn? Nah, bro. Come on. Mamas and children are off this. That's offline, bro. You can't talk about it. Now, the girlfriends and all that, people going to talk that mess about you competing with. You got to be strong enough to understand that. Might be a little bit of insecurity in the guys that's playing NFL. Because a lot of them young brothers be dating these Instagram women and, and the kind of some of them, the women that be like chasing the celebrities around in those circles. You know what some of the people be like in those circles. Y'all know how it go. Come on. Yeah. I would have to pop him on top of the head if he was to say something about my mom. But like, what? And then I would tell you, I wouldn't lie and say he spit on me. I would say, listen, man. Say, well, Big Q, we wanted to know why you popped Chauncey Gardner-Johnson upside his head, in practice. And I'm going to say, listen, y'all, let me tell y'all something. Let me get that mic over there. And they give me the mic. And I said, listen, sir, let me tell you what. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson said something about my mama. So I popped the shit out of him. I'm just, whatever you going to give me for a fine or whatever I'm going to take it. And you know what? You might as well charge me doubly again, because if you say something about my mama again, I'm going to whop his ass upside the head again. And I would get a mic to the man and I would walk away. But, it's just, you got to put that on Front Street. If you talk about your mama, I'm going to say, listen, man, that dude said something about my mama and I popped the shit out of him. I'm just going to be, I mean, come on. He ain't talk about Mike Thomas' mama. Remember, it wasn't just the guy from Tampa Bay, the big offensive lineman. Remember that? It wasn't the guy from Chicago, the wide receiver there, but it was also Mike Thomas. Mike Thomas took a swing at Chauncey Gardner-Johnson in practice. Y'all remember that? Now, he wasn't talking about Mike's mama, I don't think. I think he was calling him slant guard and all this. You can't do nothing but catch slants all day, which is cool. I love that, because what it does is Chauncey Gardner talking to the best wide receiver on the Saints team, telling them regardless if he got the money or not, he's telling them all you do is catch a hunt. You can't do nothing but catch slants all day, And my response to him would be, yep, that's all I could do. And I caught $100 million worth of them some bitches here. That's what I would tell him. I'm $100 million man catching them slants. So, you know what I'm saying? What you gonna do? And I would reverse the game, because it's a mental thing. But Mike obviously was having a bad day, and he took a swipe at Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. And from word on the street was Chauncey got the best of Mike. Mike don't seem like can't guard Mike is the best of fighters, just to be honest with you. He might catch a football really well, but when it come down to throwing up them dukes, I don't think he really qualified for that. He ain't about that business, man. Chauncey is about that business, Mike. So you might want to just stay off the way and just let, you know what I'm saying, Mike? Just let Chauncey have that, bro, because listen, you got the $100 million. It don't matter what he say. He's your teammate. You get me? All right. Got it? Good. All right, let's move on. All right, next one. We got their sleepers to watch at each position on defense in the Saints training camp. This is from John Sigler, good folks at Saints Wire. New Orleans Saints offense will have a new quarterback, but the bulk of personnel changes this year will be felt on defense. Competition is open for new starters and prominent backups at all three levels, up front along the defensive line, in the middle of the linebacker core, and back in the secondary, just places everywhere, right, fam? There are plenty of returning players from last season's squad looking for promotion, but a couple of new additions could hit the ground running too. Let's dig deep into the sleeper talent on the defense. And of course, this article saying sleepers to watch on defensive side of the ball. So listen, Carl Granderson is the first one that he names. Granderson entering the 21 season after taking a big jump in his second season, had 5 sacks, giving the Saints some high energy reps late in games. They brought in plenty of reinforcement out on the edge between first round pick Peyton Turner and Tanu Passanio, a veteran free agent pickup. So Granderson has his work cut out for him. He's shown enough playmaking ability so far to hang with both of them. I like what Carl Granderson represent. Carl's is 5, he's 6'5", he's really athletic, and I just respect the hell out of how the Saints kept Carl Granderson. Remember, Carl, I keep saying this because I'm really big on the backstory. Carl Granderson, man, was in jail a couple of years ago. You know, he was in jail, and he didn't know he was going to get out. And it was the grace of the Most High, man, that helped Granderson get out, because the judge did something dirty to Granderson. And then next thing you know, they end up cutting him loose, and Granderson was freed from that and free to play football. So what I'm saying is he went through hell to get to heaven. And he with the black and gold Saints, man, and I'm really happy for Carl Granderson. He had a good season last year, 5 sacks as a backup defensive end. He said last year that he was going to step it up this year because he sees himself in a larger role. And if Carl Granderson puts it all together, it'll be difficult for the Saints to keep him off the field. Because we could talk about Davenport because he's a first-round draft pick. The Saints gave up a lot of draft capital to get, and they're giving him every opportunity to be the man they think he could be. But Granderson is a guy that's undrafted, that's an undrafted guy that got a different focus. Not so much. He don't have the pressure a Davenport has. He can play free, and even though there's not as many expectations on Granderson as it is on Davenport, but really, truthfully said, if Carl Granderson puts it all together, you might not be able to keep him off the field. He's 6'5". He's extremely fast. He's gotten stronger. Carl Granderson could be somebody we need to pay attention to coming up in the next year. Defensive tackle Jalen Dalton. Not too many Saints family members know about Jalen Dalton. I remember he was playing well for the Saints in training camp last year before he had a lower extremity injury. I won't say an ankle or a torn muscle in his leg or something. Or maybe he'll cover it in here. There you go, triceps injury. Dalton was on his way towards earning a spot in camp last summer until the triceps injury cut his season short. And he returns now as the most experienced nose tackle on the roster instead of trying to make a splash behind Malcolm Brown. Now he's competing with Josiah Bronson and maybe Shai Tuttle for snaps in the heart of the Saints defense. Though Tuttle has done his best work lined up at the 3 technique spot, Dalton has a real shot at making a tackle the team if he recovered fully from the injury. Now, what makes Jalen Dalton interesting is Jalen Dalton's a nose tackle. He's a nose tackle. Now, that's what they call Malcolm Brown a defensive tackle, but he's really a nose tackle. We don't use that term no more. It's like an old school term. They don't really use it as much. But that's what Malcolm was. He was a nose tackle. The Saints' defensive lines are at their best when you have a nose tackle, an unmovable force, or like a Malcolm Brown there. In Jalen Dalton, he's 6'6", and that's the big mantra of the Saints with these massive defensive linemen. Carl Granderson, 6'5", Davenport, 6'6", Peyton Turner, 6'5", Jalen Dalton, 6'6", if he makes the team, Cam, 6'4", Onyemata, 6'3", Tanu Passanio is 6'7". Get the knee, big, massive defensive tackles and defensive linemen, period. And Dalton was looking good last year, and he's a very unknown guy in many circles. But if he can stay healthy, he could be a nose tackle that can help out because he can do that. I don't expect him to be the guy tearing up the backfield like David Onyemata, but because that's not what he does. He sucks up 2 blocks. He's the guy that takes 2 guys to block him. You're going to have to block him, and he might get an opportunity. I say it's passing, because you got to, and I'll talk about that later, but you got Onyemata is going to get doubled every time. So is Cam. So either it's Dalton or Tuttle or Passanio or whoever you got there next to David Onyemata, they're going to be single block a lot, and so will Davenport. So, I mean, you can't guard them all. Somebody is going to be left free to do what they need to do. So they'll get plenty of opportunities to shine. So I like Jalen Dalton. We're going to see what he looks like because they say he's healthy. Linebacker Chase Hansen. I know Sean Payton likes this kid. I know Dennis Allen likes this kid. He was a guy they converted from a safety who had good ball skills. And that's the thing about Chase Hansen. Has really good ball skills and decent speed. Has good eyes, knows what he's looking at. So, I mean, it's interesting. I mean, he is actually a pretty decent special teams guy, too. And for them changing him over from a safety to a linebacker is not a bad idea. So let's see what he says about him. Hansen got on the field occasionally with the same special team units in 2020, but his athletic ability and background as a safety in college could help him climb the depth chart. The Saints have drafted a linebacker early in each of the last 2 cycles. That doesn't necessarily guarantee them anything when the pads come on, but with Quan Alexander and Craig Robertson still out on the free agent market, there's room for Hansen to dress on game days. And I think the Saints linebacker core is attempting to get younger. Demario Davis is kind of the old man on the block, so to speak. If you look underneath them, the Craig Robertson, yeah, he's not there no more. And it's a bunch of unproven guys, whether they're drafted or undrafted guys, that's there. You know, questions all around that linebacker room. A lot of people want to get a veteran to plug in there to help out, but I don't know about that. You know, would you give all that draft capital for a second-round draft pick linebacker this year, 2 picks to move up to get Zach Bond a year ago? Do you then get a veteran linebacker to come in and take the starting reps, or just to reinforce the young guys? They got a lot of young, talented linebackers there. Smith is one of the guys, Shaq Smith from Maryland. I like him as a special team guy. Another Smith, I think, is Sutton Smith, who's really intriguing that they're not talking about right now, who I'll keep my eyes on. So, yes, Chase Hansen has an opportunity to step in. Safety Deuce Wallace. A lot of people don't talk about him as well, is another talented guy. Wallace has had to work out overtime just to get in here. He was a walk-in at the Louisiana Lafayette, but impressed teammates and coaches for his effort on special teams to crack the starting lineup and earn recognition as a team captain in 2019. He's tenacious and his experience in the kicking game will serve him well with the Saints. Have seen so much turnover there. They've found similar players like him in Justin Hardy and JT Gray. Now, what's interesting, a guy like Deuce Wallace, I see practice. What's up, Action Jackson? Who that to you, fam? What's up, Adrian, baby? Good to see you in the chat. Much love to you. What's interesting is I got to give Coach Payton once again credit, because what he does is when you see guys like Lawrence Woods or Deuce Wallace and the rest of these guys that's coming here, it's an attempt, you know, and even with Chase I forgot the man's name already, Chase Hansen. With these guys, opportunities to help out on the special team. Our special team kick return, punt return units last year was god awful. I'm just keeping it real. It weren't that good. We led the league in kick returns and punt returns, but we had no touchdowns. I mean, that's just ridiculous, because we couldn't open up cracks and crevices for speedy return men to get through and make plays down the field. We should at least had 1 touchdown, 2 touchdowns, at least 1 punt return for a touchdown, or a touchdown off a kickoff. We couldn't get it. You know, they'll set them up all right, but we couldn't take that 1 down the field for a touchdown. And that's due to the fact that they were not really good at opening or holding their blocks. You know, so we got a lot of those guys out of here. That's what it was. And we have a new influence of special teams guys. Alex Armad, a fullback from Carolina, is a special teams guy, big on special teams. Lawrence Woods is another special team demon, as his scouting report reads. Watch the tape on him. And there's several other players that play that can help you in that capacity to upgrade or help to upgrade the special teams, where we can get that kick return, punt return, and get that stuff going on like we had it several years ago. Remember, that's a part of the game as well. So we'll see that. Keith Washington Jr., I'm really big on this brother, because remember he had an interception every day in training camp. Remember that last year? And then ultimately he got hurt, and he had the C-19 happen to him. Then the Saints kind of benched him or practice squatted him for the entire year. Pell Grant Haley stepped in on the back end. But Keith Washington Jr. is an intriguing dude. He has the speed, size, temperament. I'm really watching this kid. I'm expecting big things down the line for Keith Washington Jr. The Saints need someone to emerge here. Marshawn Lattimore is a hot and cold starter, while rookie draft pick Paulson Adebo has to prove he can do more out of the gates than Patrick Robinson or P.J. Williams. And Washington has the same athletic measurables as Ken Crawley. Can he retain enough confidence in his play to offer more, or at least take Crawley's spot? This is a good question. I agree with John Sigler on this one, because Keith Washington Jr. needs to step up, and he needs to play he needs to step up. And I said this several shows ago. We need young defensive backs to step up. That's what this is an attempt. Could it be that the logic with Coach Payton saying, okay, listen, we're going to wait a little bit. We might bring in a veteran or a Kirkpatrick or somebody, but maybe he believe in these young guys and believe that one of these young guys will step up and fortify the secondary. We got Ken Crawley shouldn't be on this team. Me and you both know that. P.J. Williams, who a lot of people like, and I like P.J. too. I just don't think P.J. Williams, if you can't cover, whether you convert him to a safety or not, which they did moving from cornerback to safety to try to hide the fact that he's a poor cover man, safeties still have to cover at times. So if that's the case, we need to find younger players who can help out because we know what the cap situation dealing with. But Keith Washington and guys like them, they need to really step up. We need a young cornerback, maybe a couple of them. Besides Paulson and Debo, I know the tension's on Paulson, but Keith Washington really needs to step up. Remember, the Saints don't have no problem putting undrafted cornerbacks in starting positions and giving them roles. Remember, we've seen this happen before when Ken Crawley beat P.J. Williams. Ken Crawley was undrafted. He beat P.J. Williams, who was a third-round draft pick, and took his job from him. So in the Sean Payton don't have no problem. Well, actually, Dennis Allen doesn't have any problem with having undrafted guys beat out the drafted guys for positions on the team. Saints have a great reputation for that. That's why we land so many of the really good undrafted guys. So, I really want Keith Washington to step up there. So these are good calls. Keith Washington Jr., guys to watch out for. Deuce Wallace, which is special teams ace right there. I love these special team aces, man. I'm just happy that we focusing on that area of the team. So good calls right here all the way around by Sigler on sleepers to watch in defense in the Saints training camp when they come around. All right, here we go. Cam Jordan believes he can be great in his 30s like a Brandon Graham or Calais Campbell. Full motivation. Jordan has played 10 seasons in NFL and is entering the next decade of his career. So Cam, the man, has been doing this thing. Cam Jordan has become one of NFL's premier pass rushers in his first decade in NFL and is on the verge of becoming the 36th player to reach 100 sacks in his career. Jordan is also heading toward the back nine of his career, coming off a season in which he finished with the fewest pressures, 57 sacks, 7.5, that he had in years. New Orleans Saints pass rusher finished with the lowest sack total since 2016, but still earned his fourth consecutive Pro Bowl appearance. The low sack and pressure totals just inspired Jordan to put better numbers as he enters his 11th season in the NFL, thanks to some inspiration from two of his peers who've been productive in the year 11. Now, before I even read that, let me just say this. Cam came out and in different interviews, people asked him about him, and Cam was he wasn't happy about his past season, even though he did make the Pro Bowl. Cam know he has a certain level he likes to live up. He felt like he didn't live up to that level. He even said that in various interviews that he's working out to get in better shape than what he was the previous year, and he has more of a focus and mentality coming into this camp. And that's good news for us because a refocused and rededicated Cam Jordan, a more serious Cam Jordan, still goofy, but a more serious Cam Jordan is a problem for the NFL. If Cam firing off the edges, beating a double team, are you kidding me? Getting 10, 12 sacks with Davenport on the other side. I mean, they just don't understand, man, how great this team is and who these players are. They don't understand. They really don't get it, man. They don't understand. Let's see. Age is just a number. We're going to get into it. And this is what Cam was saying. You talked about Calais Campbell, who after he turned 30 had his best year. Jordan said via ESPN's Mike Triplett. Brandon Graham having his best year. He turned 30. I've talked to Bruce Smith and I've looked at Mike Strahan's careers. These are the years when they really made strides for a push-off for being great. It's like 30 to 34, 35 era that you see only the combination of that physical talent, but also the wisdom playing. That's what I'm really excited about. And that's true. You had a guy like Bruce Smith. Now, these are greats that you're talking about. Bruce Smith is one of the greatest. Strahan, you might not like what he's doing on television, but Strahan was a hell of a football player. He was damn near unblockable. And that's the same thing with Bruce Smith and Reggie White and the greats. They were still dominating well after their 30s. They were still, fantastic players. But that's a good insight into Cam is drawing and invoking the names of Bruce Smith and Michael Strahan and commentary, and also people like Calais Campbell and Brandon Graham, who are very good players, invoking and looking at them in their years and saying, you know what, I got to get a little bit more serious here. I'm getting into my 30s here. I got to start turning it up a notch. Well, that's good news for us and bad news for the rest of the NFL, in particular Tom Brady ass. That's bad news for old man Brady and anybody else that step in front of Cam. Because you know how it is when we played Atlanta and Matty Icy Hot. He sacks Matty Icy Hot more than any other quarterback in the NFL. I mean, that's just, he loves to tear the Atlanta Falcons up. But I love the fact that his mind is there and resyncing his focus toward putting a better season together. Jordan will be 32 for that 21 season, yet Graham and Campbell demonstrated the defensive end can still play at his high level at that age. Graham recorded 56 pressures and 8 sacks in 2020. His age is 32, earning a Pro Bowl appearance. Graham finished the year as one of just 4 players to record 8 sacks, 13 tackles for loss, 2 forced fumbles. Aaron Donald, J.J. Watt, Hassan Reddick. Campbell also made the Pro Bowl and at age 32 in 2018, finishing with 53 pressures, 22 quarterback hits, and 10.5 sacks. He joined Donald and Danielle Hunter as one of the 3 players with 10 sacks and 20 tackles for a loss. Jordan's 94.5 sacks with 6 in the NFL since he entered the league in 2011, and his 184 quarterback hits ranked 9th during that span. There's still good years left for football for Jordan, despite him becoming one of the older edge rushers in the league. Cam Jordan might be what you would consider old age-wise, but nothing about Cam Jordan is old. His whole temperament is a big kid that loves doing what he do. And that's how he plays. He plays like a big kid having fun out there. He has a nonstop high motor. He always talking empowerment. He's a motivational guy, like, a positive guy. He's brimming with positive energy. People love him. You seen him when he was around the children. He's a big kid. He does that like in his Instagram stuff. You watch him, he be playing with the children and all that. Cam's a big kid, and that's a part of his game that keeps him young at heart, and that's a great thing to have. But I'd also realized that Cam, looking at the older guy, saying, man, I got to learn how to get more cerebral with my game, and he's doing that. That is a big deal for the Saints defense if Cam's taking that approach, which he is, because he went into the season training harder than he did last year to have a big year this year. Good news for us, bad news for anybody else that he got to play against. Your ass is in trouble. All right, and then let's get to the final story here, the biggest battles of Saints training camp as well. What's up, Brother Matthew? Who that to you, fam? All right, Saints training camp seemed like it's a ways away. Man, it's July the 27th, I want to say, fam. I keep saying that. I think the Saints start on July the 27th. I want to say that because July is a big month for us, New Orleans sports people, because you have the draft. I think it's on the 29th. The 27th is the start of Saints camp, and the 15th of July is the tag deadline for Marcus Williams' tag. So, like I said, it's big. July is a big month for football and basketball people. If you're a family member of either the Pelicans or the Saints. Saints training camp seems like it's a ways away, but it'll be here before we know it. Here's an early preview of some of the most intriguing battles for watching. This is from John Hendricks and our good friends at Saints News Network, Brother Bob Rose, Brother Kyle T. Mosley, and the rest of the guys over there that's putting in good work. We're nearly a month away from the start of Saints training camp, with the exception of 3 teams, Buccaneers, Cowboys, Steelers. All NFL teams are anticipating a July the 31st start to practice and fan events. Practices. So New Orleans is also looking to welcome back fans back in attendance, and we are awaiting the official schedule drop for the festivities. While a lot can still happen between now and next month, here's where some of the biggest battles of training camp stand for Coach Sean Payton's squad. All right, linebacker. How about that? Number 1 on the list. Current depth chart, Demario Davis, Zach Bowen. My bad. Demario Davis. Zach Bowen, Caden Ellis, Pete Werner, Chase Hansen, Wynton McManus, Andrew Dowell, Shaq Smith, and Quentin Poling. Keeping tabs on Quan Alexander is undoubtedly something to pay attention to for the Saints as we move closer to the season. His rehab workouts have been very impressive, and New Orleans has made some wiggle room in the current salary cap situation. However, that could be used to add a cornerback. The Saints had a great tandem with Davis and Alexander, and that duo was solely missed in the playoff game against the Bucs. But could you imagine? Could you imagine, baby? Could you imagine the Saints if my goodness, if Quan Alexander had not gotten hurt in that Minnesota game? Because I think he got hurt in the Christmas Day game that got lost for the season. Could you imagine if Quan Alexander never got hurt, what that would have mean for the Saints defense? That could have been a total different outcome. It definitely would have been a total outcome in the playoff game against the Buccaneers if Quan Alexander was in there to playing. Oh my goodness, could you imagine? You know, he would have covered out the backfield. Fournette wouldn't have been able to do all that shit. He wouldn't have been able to do all that. So, I mean, it would have been a game changer if we'd have had Quan in the playoffs, man. I just thought about that. Anyway, as far as what the Saints bring to the table in 21, there's no doubting the play of Demario Davis. My bad. Demario Davis as one key anchor at linebacker. However, beyond that is a mystery. The way the Saints run their defense, it's hard to keep CJ Gardner-Johnson off the field, Chauncey, which means there's a lot of two linebacker looks on the field. Zach Bond is looking to make a major second-year leap, but will face stiff competition in his transition to the weak side. Rookie Pete Werner is also expected to make a big push for the role, and we could see a lot of split reps there to find the right fit. And I'm not mad about that. Even though I think Zach Bowen does have the athletic advantage over him, over Pete Werner, but obviously, Pete Werner does have the experience of playing that position with Ohio State. He played a lot of games, had a lot of reps at the linebacker position at middle, so he has a natural feel for that position. So it's definitely going to be fun to watch the linebacker position moving ahead in the season. Next on the list, wide receiver, depth chart, Michael Thomas, Traquan Smith, Marquez Callaway, Deontay Harris, LaJordan Humphrey, Jake Lampman, Jalen McCleskey, Quan Baker, and Aesop Winston Jr. All of those are your wide receivers this year, Saints family members. No matter who ends up being the quarterback for the Saints in 21, the expectation is that the offense will be able to push the ball down the field a lot more and have more aggressive tendencies. We also expect a big bounce back season from Mike Thomas, can't guard Mike, as well as looking for a breakout season from Traquan in the contract year. What needs to be figured out are the guys behind Thomas and Smith. And it's refreshing to hear a reporter not throwing there that we need to go find another wide receiver. That's not going to happen. Coach Payton wants to see what Traquan Smith can do. Contract year. He had the best year last year of his numbers last year. This year, there's nothing in front of Traquan Smith. Much like Davenport, this is a step up and show out year. And I think he does excel because he had the mentorship. He had that mentorship of Emmanuel Sanders last year that was big, that entire wide receiver room, including Mike Thomas. Go back and listen to the interviews Mike Thomas said about what he learned from Emmanuel Sanders. All of those guys learned a lot because Emmanuel Sanders was an excellent teacher, an excellent mentor. He gave the game. That was one of his strong suits that he did everywhere he went. Is he helped guys become better. He did that with the San Francisco 49ers wide receivers, and he did it here with the Saints. That was a great move bringing him in there to mentor those guys. Of course, he was the best wide receiver we had last year, statistically speaking, when Mike went down. But he also had the caveat of helping wide receivers like Traquan, Marquez, Callaway, Deontay Harris, and the rest of those guys be better. LaJordan Humphrey, all those guys step up and be better. Of course, Aesop Winston, Quan Baker, and Jalen McCleskey, and Lampman I don't think was on the roster. But, man, listen, those guys, the aforementioned guys, have a big step up this year. That's why it's refreshing not to hear, we need to go get another wide receiver, Q. No, we don't. Stop that. Cut it out. All right, so let's see what happens. Well, he says that we need to figure out who the guys. Well, rookie Quan Baker could offer some return duties if Deontay Harris takes more of an offensive role this season, while Marquez Callaway impressed when called upon during the first season. I love this guy's his breakdown because that's the major part. Quan Baker, I won't undersell him or oversell him. I think Quan Baker is here to help the overall speed of the wide receiver room, to help it increase because we're very fast. But also kick return, punt return duties. Him and Lawrence Wood can help out there, allowing Deontay Harris to take more of a role in the Saints offense at wide receiver. I just think with him in there, man, we can really get downfield. So I like that. While Marquez Callaway impressed when called upon during his first season, so it'd be interesting to see those guys there as well. Really big on Callaway and Harris and Traquan Smith. I think we have young, fantastic wide receivers. They're not respecting these guys because they don't have a name. They're not celebrities yet, you know. With New Orleans not drafting a receiver or pursuing one in free agency, it definitely reinforces the confidence for the young group that both Coach Payton and Mickey Loomis have talked about. Saints fans, or I like to say family members, Saints family members would love nothing more than to see that on the field. And that's well said by the writer. It shows Coach Payton's, his Coach Payton and GM Mickey Loomis, their confidence in these young wide receivers. And this is true. This is very true. That's why you didn't see a big. Now we would have gotten, in my opinion, well, I ain't gonna even go with that. You know, the guy from Carolina, my LSU guy, but it didn't work that way. But still in all, Traquan Smith has an opportunity to step up and show up this shit, and I think he does. Quarterback, that's the biggest of all right there, right? You got Jameis sitting there, depth chart, Jameis, Winston, Taysom, Ian Book, Trevor Siemian. This will be a top battle of training camp for the Saints as we try to answer the question, who the starting quarterback will be for the team in the new season. There are varying opinions on Winston and Hill, and both have made some strides to improve during the offseason, and will make their case for who takes over for Drew and leads the Saints into this unfamiliar territory. Unfamiliar territory is 8-1. 8-1 winners. We are winners. What's up, Mocha? What's up, Trail? Who that to you, fam? Good to see y'all in the chat. And that's the beautiful part about it. We are winners. That's what it means, to lead the Saints into uncharted territory, which means winning territory. Without our first ballot Hall of Famer, Drew Brees, we were 8-1. Which means we know how to win without our Hall of Fame quarterback. Which with unfamiliar territory would be winning territory, baby. Baby, don't make a difference. We're going to kick your ass anyway. All right, so this will be, that's the top battle. And, of course, he says, we know a couple of things concerning the battle for starters. Sean Payton said he won't be treating the third and final preseason game versus Cardinals like a traditional fourth preseason. He expects to see a lot of players play, which means we could get full halves and both quarterbacks. I hope so. We also know they'll build the offense around who the winner is. I don't know about that. I think that whoever wins, whether it's Taysom or Jameis, off of some of my Ian Book people, because we got Ian Book people out there that say Ian Book's going to win the job. Hey, man, I got to talk to everybody, right? But all I'm saying is this. You know, when you take a look at what the Saints are doing, offensively speaking, at first, the team is going to be based on a running attack. No doubt about it. And if anything mirrors what they're doing, it'll be similar to what you've seen with Teddy Bridgewater. That's why I said Jameis' accuracy with the deep ball is a big deal, because Coach Payton wants to get vertical. That's why he's bringing all these speedsters in. He wants to get the ball down the field. Jameis' deep ball is big. He got the experience. Taysom, 4 games of experience. Coach Payton does love him, but I just say my stuff is, I think Taysom ultimately serves as the wildcat guy, the utility guy that he's been doing the last couple of years. And the only way Taysom gets the job if Jameis is just god awful, which I don't see that. Jameis is preparing unlike any time I've ever seen him. He's in the best shape of his physically, mentally, and spiritually, in the best shape of his life. He's more mature than you've ever seen him before. He got his priorities and ducks in a row. That's a tough player to be, because you could probably beat Jameis, Tampa Bay Jameis, because he's not focused, he's dysfunctional. This is not the same man. This is why I said Jameis Winston knows that he can lead the Saints offense from Drew, who is his mentor, and take over the Saints offense with Kamara, Mike Thomas, and all these people. Are you kidding me? He's Jameis. I played y'all the footage of Jameis, doing the various drills. Not to take nothing away from Taysom, who I really like a lot. Taysom's a good dude. That's a tough battle, man. He knows that. That's a tough uphill battle to go against a guy like that. And then, of course, Ian Book is another guy. That in another battle I'm looking forward to is watching Ian Book and Trevor Siemian, because Jameis Winston, in my opinion, wins the job. Taysom Hill will play because he don't win, or Taysom wins either way, whether he gets the job or not, because he will be a factor in Coach Payton's offense. He will be, whether he's quarterback in the Wildcat and doing the Taysom Hill stuff that he like to do, or, wide receiver, tight end, whatever. He wins either way. He doesn't lose. Now, what I'm watching is the Ian Book, Trevor Siemian battle. That's what I'm really watching. Because that will be the guy that will be activated to be the third quarterback on game days. Does Ian Book have enough to beat out 5-year pro Trevor Siemian, who is good in spurts? As a starter, he's a veteran. So if something happened to one of your quarterbacks, you would like a veteran in there with experience that has seen some stuff. Can Book beat out Siemian? That's a battle that I'm gonna be taking a look at. Okay, in early June, he mentioned that there was still an overall philosophical approach that both we have learned to play offense, that it's not a whole different game plan for them, but are bringing the leadership and energy thus far and will end up being a must-see competition. All right, so quarterback James Winston, a wide receiver position, and of course the linebacker position. And you could throw the defensive line position in there as well, because a lot of people looking at that as well. So this is well written by John Hendricks at Sports News Network. And then just do a quick summary of articles covered thus far on the show. Saints defensive back Chauncey Gardner-Johnson is ready. Is he ready to take the next step? Well, we covered that. That's the name of the show today. But Brother Ross Jackson, Brother Ross did an excellent job on this article and laying out Chauncey Gardner-Johnson ready to take that next step. Sleepers to watch at each position on defense by John Sigler over at the Saints Wire. He did a pretty good job laying out the sleepers to keep an eye out. And I like those sleepers he put up there. And of course, Jeff Kerr from CBS Sports covering Cam's believe he could be great in 30. Listen, Cam will be better. Double-digit sacks for Cam this year. Mark that down on the great Saint Think Tank collective memory from me. Cam will be back in double-digit sacks this year, and Davenport's going to ball out of control too. Watch and see. Cam firing off, doing his thing. He will be back. Cam is going to have an excellent year. And then we covered the biggest battles of Saints training camp, which we went down the line on that. So with that being said, fam, that's everything today on the show. Now, like I said, I'm not going to try to keep y'all right now very long. As well. What's up, Tasha, baby? Who that to you? Big ups to Tasha. Good to see you in the chat, my baby. Who that to you? All right, let me give a big shout out to Brother Andre Gray following us on Facebook. Much love to Brother Gray. What's up, Seth? Who that to you, Seth? Good to see you, fam. Much love to you in the chat as well. Kenny Sutton. What's up, Brother Kenny? Who that to you, man? Much love to you. Good to see you in the chat, fam. Appreciate you. All right, and I think I got everybody. If I didn't you ain't hear your name, give me a who that, baby. And I give you a who that back. Now, like I said, I ain't going to keep y'all long today. I just wanted to go over with a couple of news notes and items for our Monday stream after the weekend. But it's, like I said, we got till, I think it's July the 27th to say, baby, it's going to be football season again, baby. Did you hear me? Baby, I'm telling you, baby, I'm telling you, the days is flying past, baby. Baby, it's going to be football season really soon, baby. I'm just going to keep it real. So y'all hold it on. Brother Tragic said, I doubt Book can beat out Siemian. That QB role has to be able to run the scout team also. Great point there, Brother Tragic, as always. We'll see. All right. Seth says, Ian Book is doo-doo trash. Very funny. He doo-doo trash. Damn, that's pretty bad, man. I know some people tell him he trash, but he doo-doo trash. Oh, nobody want no doo-doo trash. Now, let me tell you something. No. Action Jackson says, no worries about it. Q. Jameis going to dog out best O-line running backs playoffs equal playoffs. Thank you, Action Jackson. Who that to you, my brother? Appreciate you. All right. Thank you, Tess, for what you're doing, baby. Appreciate you. All right. Elite says, our guy hasn't even played an NFL game yet, Seth. And what great words to help out his third string spot. That's not. Okay, I got you, Tasha. It's okay. Tell my dog TJ I said what's happening, brother Jared. Thank you, man. Tell my brother TJ I said hey. All right, Tasha. I was late, Q, because I was cooking, but I'm always. I appreciate you, Tasha. Much love to you. Tell my dog Sean I said what's happening. Tell him I said what's popping. Tell Sean to stop hating on the Pelicans too, man. He's saying, tell Sean the Spurs ain't doing too well either now. The Spurs ain't make the playoffs, and Greg Popovich looks like a old nomad. He looked like an old hobo. You see Greg Popovich? He must be sick or something. I don't know what's going on. Hope Greg Popovich all right, man. He been looking real hobo-ish lately. I like that ain't like the clean-cut, smooth-looking guy. I watch coach games, Pop looking like a hobo nowadays. I hope he all right, man. All right. All right. Yeah, it's gonna be all right, fam. It's gonna be all right. All right, all right. So let me see. Yep. Well, yeah, on the Pelican stuff. Yeah, I'm monitoring it. They're down to 3 guys. And the order of it is, as far as the Pelicans go, they're looking at what's the guy? Jacques Vaughn is at the top. They're supposed to, and they really like Lee, the assistant from Milwaukee, but they're supposed to interview Coach Freddie Vincent this week for it. So we'll see how that shakes. And the only thing you have to do is ask the players who y'all want to coach y'all. Y'all want Freddie V. I can tell you they asking for Freddie V, man. Come on. All of them love Freddie V. Just cut it out. Give them who they want. All right. Oh, yeah, get on them, Tasha. Yeah, tell them to stop talking that mess over there about the Pelicans. Talking all that mess. His team missed the playoff, too. You sitting here watching the playoffs with me, Sean. What you talking about? What you talking about? Yo, Spurs, you sitting up here watching the playoffs with me? What you trying to, you all ain't make the playoffs. Well, you ain't make it either. What you talking about? You ain't make it? Yeah, but he just be talking. I know. He What's up, brother Donovan? Who that to you, fam? He said, hold on, Big Kimber. All right, brother Donovan said, hold on now, Q. Hold on, Q. I'm a Spurs man. Come on now, Q, bro. You done crossed the line, brother. Brother, you done crossed the line talking about the Spurs now. But look, this ain't, this ain't at you, brother Donovan. Me and you good, brother. This is Sean. Sean gets on the Pelican postgame report and be up in there chiding the Pelican people. Talk about, yeah, y'all need to get something, get this, that, and the third. And I'm like, man, Sean, what you talking about? Your team ain't make the playoffs either. So, yeah, he just be picking at us. What's up, Brian? How you doing, my brother? Appreciate you being big. What's up, VB Saints Pals lady? How you doing, baby? She said, Taysom is keeping quiet, going about his work and concentrating on just QB work. He's not about being a Swiss Army knife this season. Jameis might have his work cut out for him. You got a point. We haven't seen all of the stuff that Taysom has been doing. But listen, I'll tell you one thing. If Taysom could improve his accuracy, man, if he can improve his accuracy, which is a big thing, man, that's improving his accuracy, which, he has the ultimate mentor for that. That's Drew Brees. They're helping with his accuracy. But also he has to develop the clock. It's 3 things I would like to see Taysom have to be a starting quarterback. He got to have the accuracy, and he suffers with the accuracy. He really does. He needs to work on the clock. He having that clock in his head. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi. He got to have that clock and then get out if he don't see something. Got to go through his progressions. He going to piss all the wide receivers off because he keep running. He going to piss them off. You got to go through his progressions. That's a big thing that he needs to work on too. Knowing when to run, when not to run, and having that pocket presence. I didn't see a lot of that from Taysom, but that's, he got the athletic ability, man. My goodness, man, he's fantastic everywhere else. But that's the thing, playing the quarterback position, the accuracy, whether short, intermediate, or going downfield. He got such a big arm, be throwing the ball like 10, 15 yards past the receiver. Like, nah, Taysom, you got to be able to put some air under that ball, man. Where your feathery ball at? You got to develop a touch for touch passes, know how to put that touch on it. But if he can put that together, you're right, VB Pels and Saints lady. You're absolutely right on that. If he can come in, if he can improve that accuracy, get that clock right, and put that put more of a feathery spin on the ball, man, Taysom could be problematic for Jameis, man. If he can fix those things, man, yeah, you're right. He could pose a problem, but those are big ifs to fix. He might get one, maybe not all, maybe one, maybe the other. But if he can fix that, I agree with you. He would be problematic, man. He'd be tough to beat. But that's what they count on. Oh, Taysom ain't this. If he can improve his accuracy, short, intermediate, and deep pass throwing, get that clock right in his head to fill that pocket, and he get those things together, go through those progressions, he could be a problem for Jameson that starting job. Ain't no doubt about it. What's up, Brother Devin? Who that tell you? Brother John, what's up, Brother John? He says, what about Master P for coach of the Pels, Q? I talked about that, bro. I don't know. I wouldn't make him the coach. I would like Percy as an assistant. That's a tough job to put a guy like P just walking in the door. And I know P's an entrepreneur. He's really intelligent. But that's a big deal, making P the head coach. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember when P was playing, when he was trying out for the Hornets and the Raptors, I remember P he wouldn't be listening to the coaches, and the coach would get mad with him, and then P would go off and go buy Popeye's ticket for everybody. What kind of training you doing, man? You eat Popeye's chicken? But anyway, I just remember all that stuff. But I think Percy would be well served as like an assistant. If you could put Percy on your team as an assistant coach, I wouldn't be against that. Because you got to learn the game. I don't know if he's an X and O guy. I know he know basketball, but to put him as a head coach, nah, I wouldn't do that. I would make him an assistant on the team because I think he's an asset, man. I think he would help out the players as well because he had the ability to relate to the young people. They listen to P because he did some stuff. You know what I'm saying? He been a few places, and he's really embracing this mentor role nowadays. I see what he's doing, but that's my thought on it. All right. Russell Bryan says, Taysom fumbles. Yeah, you're right on that, bro. He got to get that under. I forgot to mention that. You're right. He got to get that under control too. That fumbling thing, man, that is horrible, bro. It's like last year was like, Taysom, you got to stop fumbling. I know I got to stop fumbling. Then he go out there and fumble again. Taysom has fumbleitis. And that's where, I don't know, it's just an old term they used to use back in the 90s NFL, fumbleitis. Fumbleitis is when you can't help but to put the ball on the ground. He got fumbleitis. But you got Elvin Kamara, Latavius Murray. These guys don't fumble. You got to get over there and learn. If you're going to be a running back or turn into a running back, you got to know how to put that ball away. Crazy part is I seen Taysom put the ball away the right way and still fumbled it. I'm like, what? He had two hands on it and still fumbled it. I was like, man, that's something up here going on here, Taysom. That's not even supposed to happen. All right, Mark says JW is going to win the starting job. Jameis, hands down, facts. Thank you, Mark. Who that to you, fam? Appreciate you being here. All right, VB Saints Pele. So we might have to count for Taysom like the Hawks fans count when Giannis goes to the – oh, man, wow. Yeah, Giannis is – crazy part about it is Giannis shooting his three-point touch. Did y'all know John Stockton was the one that worked with him on that? Did y'all know that? Jason Kidd, when he was up there, asked John Stockton to work with Giannis on his three-point shot. Did y'all know that? Did y'all know that? That was like, what? Stockton? But, maybe you need to find Stockton to help him shoot them damn free throw. But Karl Malone did, offer to help out Zion, and I'm Zion taking that. I don't know if he off season now, but if Karl Malone told me, hey, bro, listen, Karl Malone told me, man, listen, I will help you with your game, getting better, but you got to come yourself. You can't be bringing all these people and all this kind of old stuff. And I'm like, if Karl Malone, a Hall of Famer, Karl Malone told you that, man, boy, you better be up there on the first thing smoking up there in North Louisiana. Karl Malone told you he'll train you for free. Man, come on, bro. Come on, for free? A Hall of Famer? Man, you better get on up there, boy. And he probably up there right now. You never know. Karl Malone told him that. I covered it on the show. Karl Malone told Zion Williamson that he'll train him for free. Come on, man. Come on now. What's up, Latrell? What's up, brother Latrell? In the building says, Q, don't throw the ball on his first. I know. He got to go through his progressions, bro. That's what I was saying. He got to have that clock in his head, and that's not an easy thing to have. That 1 minute to develop that clock and that pocket presence and under pressure to win a starting job from a guy that does have a clock in his head. Taysom does have an advantage, the fact that he does know Sean Payton's offense. He's been here longer than Jameis. But he got to put the other stuff together, And mostly the time, if they were about right at the same line, you would say, man, listen, Taysom could be something else. But like I said, when we were using him everywhere else, that stalled his development as a quarterback. I kept telling y'all that. I was like, how you expect him to become an NFL quarterback when you keep using him everywhere else? And I know this time around they're saying, well, he's not going to be a utility guy. That's just for the competition. If he loses the job to Jameis, do you think Sean Payton say, no, you just going to be our backup quarterback? I'm not going to use you as a running back, tight end, fullback, wildcat quarterback, special team player. Man, hell no. He loses the job to Jameis. If he loses the job to Jameis, he goes back to his regular role. That's why I say he doesn't lose. He got paid being that way. He didn't get paid as a quarterback. He got paid being a utility man. That's how he got paid. He goes back to that if he loses the job to Jameis. So he doesn't really lose, in my opinion. That's why I keep telling people he don't lose. Taysom doesn't lose at all. He doesn't lose. Now, if Taysom wins the job, Jameis ain't going to play. You know, Coach Payton might throw him out there here or there. But Jameis does, but Taysom plays if Jameis wins. And then Taysom plays if Jameis loses. So Taysom wins either way, in my opinion. If that's what it is. Sean Payton's not going to not play him at the utility position. Just think about it. You know, you had Drew freaking Brees the last couple of years. Drew ain't won't come off the field for Taysom. Remember that? Drew's face when he had to run off the field? You know, so I still say you keep it the same. Tasha says Master P will probably give Griffin a cussing out if he need. Yeah. That'll be a threat to David Griffin's. You know, he's a micromanager, and I despise those types. I really despise microman. If you're a supervisor at the job and you listen to the Sports Coma and you supervising, please don't be a micromanager of your workforce. Please don't do that. Unless you got a really incompetent workforce, which you need to wipe them out and get more workers. Please don't micromanage nobody. That is terrible. It just doesn't breed any confidence. It's low. It tears the morale of it. And if you really care about morale and you're a business owner, you got people that work for you, please put morale high on the list, because a happy worker is a productive worker. A lot of these people don't really want to do that. Put morale high on the list because we paying you. No. Stop that. Don't be a micromanager and put hold morale up like you hold productivity up there. I mean, come on. You got people. These are people. They're not just, I know they calling them a human resource. I know that. See, that's where they screwed up. We let these people start calling us human resource department. When you want a job, you got to go over there to the human resource. When did the human become a resource like oil or water you pulling up out the goddamn ground? You supposed to be specialer than that. You ain't going to call me I'm better than oil. I want to think I am. Good grief. I mean, don't call me no human resource. You get your ass out of here with that. I mean, let these people, you human resource. No, you son of a bitch. We are not, we more than that. You ain't gonna call me something you pulling up out the ground. You ain't gonna do that to me. Oh, you expendable. No. It's only one of me and one of you. How are you expendable? You get your ass out of here with that. That's what I'm saying, man. It's a bunch of bunk, man. Don't buy into that. Please don't buy that. If you're a supervisor at the job, do not micromanage nobody. Don't do that. And if you're a supervisor, put morale high up on the list. Put that up there like you won't put up productivity and making money, all that. All that's up there the same way. How we forget all that, man? You're dealing with people, for goodness sake. Got mad right quick. All right, Tramal said P will give players Gatorade and Rap Snacks. Don't forget the noodles. All right, hey, listen, no bull, no lie. I tried P's noodles, man. Them noodles was on fire. He had some gumbo flavor. What was it? I forgot. My mama had, but she said, son, I got some Master P noodles. I said, Master P got noodles? It was some type of Creole flavor or something. I forgot what they were. Really good. They were pretty good. And I said I was going to go over there and give P some play. He got a burger joint on the West Bank called Big Papa's Burgers. P got a burger joint over there. I'm going to go over there and give him some play. Tramal, let's see. Brother Pat Rich, what's up, fam? Said that's the reason James' practice drills are so important. Good to see you on the show, brother. Much love to you. All right. Mark says Taysom is great at what he does, and we need to continue doing what he does. That gives us a better dynamic on the field offensively. Winston is better QB. Fumbleitis, that's funny shit, Q. That's old school, bro. I can't take credit for that. Thank you, Mark. What's up, Madge Prime? Brother Madge Prime in the building. How you doing, my brother? He said, he says, I'm just sticking my head in the front door to see, I just say it while on my way to the sweet shop on the Coma. All right, what's happening there, brother Madge Prime? Good to hear from you, my brother. I hope everything doing fine with you, bro. Thank you, brother Pat Rich in the building, becoming a member. Much love to you, brother. Thank you for that. Appreciate you. Much love to brother Pat Rich is in the building. Baby, who that? All right. And much love to y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. Okay, Action Jack said me and the mailman were at Louisiana Tech together. Man, the mailman is the truth, man. Let me tell you something. Mailman is a hell of a player, man. Karl Malone doesn't get the credit he deserved because he ain't playing the flashy system and all this kind of stuff. I know he had the year he played in Los Angeles with Shaq and Kobe that year, and Gary Payton. It didn't end up to nothing because they was falling out with each other. Shaq and all of them was beefing, and then Detroit took them apart in the finals. But I mean, I just think that, man, you know, when you look at Karl Malone, he's gonna help out Zion. Hopefully, Zion took up that offer, man. I know I would have. Brian says watching Taysom passing was hard to watch, though. Holding the ball too long, missing receivers, but Peyton would be crazy not to use him as an extra weapon. I know that's big. That's what I was saying about that clock in his head. That's a big thing. I mean, I said it like it's casual, like understanding progressions, going through the progressions. That takes a certain level of patience. That Taysom has happy feet. You know, he got happy feet. He ready to take off if something, the littlest thing break down. So, I mean, but he has to be able to go through his progressions. He has to have patience to understand and trust his offensive line to protect them. And he has to develop a pocket awareness where he feels the pocket and understand when things are breaking down, what he needs to do. And sometimes that means, seeing things as the field, everything moving around you, people are moving. And then you have to have that periphery to know, you see that guy breaking around, beating Teron Armstead, to know, okay, I feel something going on. Man, that's a tough thing to do, man. That don't take, and I don't know if he gets it done in the small amount of time that he has in the off season to be able to do that. I really can't tell you that. That's a big deal, to learn those things. The accuracy within itself is something that he can work on, but the pocket awareness, the pocket presence, that's big, man. That's big. That's a big thing. But if he figures it out, man, that'll be terrific, man. I'm hoping the best for him. I really want Taysom to succeed. I really do, because if he takes it up a level, that will push Jameson to become a real competition, to bring out the best in them, and we'll see. Because listen, he's incredible, man. It's just that's some big stuff he got to feel. That's big skills he got to develop real quick. We'll see. All right, let's see. Seth says Trevor Simeon starts in week 1. I got you, Seth. I hear you, brother. Why not, man? We got our Ian Book people. We got our Trevor Simeon. Got to have Trevor Simeon, right? We got to put him up in there too. All right. Matt, what's up, Matt? Matt says, hey, Q, what's the next book? He said, what's the next book? Was the power of the next book was the power of awareness. Power of what you mean, Matt? You mean that the book I was? No, it was. You talking about the book I made reference to the other night? I think it was Power of Awareness. Is it Neville Goddard? Is that the guy? But there's so many of them, bro. There's so many of them that you can get from that era. That tie into it. Man, listen, I'm gonna sprinkle this. I'm gonna get to let me finish. I'm gonna address that, bro. Let me get through the rest of these Saints questions and commentary, and I'm gonna end the show on that. And just remind me on it. All right, Brother Donovan says for the record, second best power forward behind Tim Duncan. Yeah, well, we'll see the Spurs guy. I got you. I ain't mad at that, bro. I ain't mad at Tim Duncan. Was a hell of a player, man. Tim Duncan was a hell of a player. All right, okay, Brother Pat Rich says Winston can see now. Let's see what he does. Plus Carl will improve Zion's game. Thank you for that, bro. Brian says they fell out because Mailman was trying to send a package to Kobe Olay. Was that what going on? Was that really what's going on? He was trying to get to Vanessa? The Mailman was trying to get to Vanessa. Was that you just joking? I know you just I know you joking. All right, thank you, brother Madge. Brother Madge props today is my middle daughter's Jade's 26th birthday. Big Q. Keep doing what you do. Special shout out to all my AJ Bell Crusaders 76 through 79. And thank you, Brother Madge, for your super chat. And I want to give Jade her a big happy who that birthday to Jade. Happy 26th birthday to Jade. Much love to you from the Sports Coma family and the great Saint Think Tank and the Who Dat Nation. Much love to you. Happy who that birthday to you. All right. Thank you for your super chat, Brother Madge. Much love to you, my friend. All right. Okay. What's up, Damien? Who that to you, brother? Good to see brother Damien, and much love, brother D. He said been listening the whole time. All right, at the gym. All right, brother Damien. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Inevitable. What's happening, fam? And that was it. Go Spurs. We got a lot of Spurs people up in here, man. We got a lot of Spurs people up in the. I ain't mad at y'all, man. Spurs, man. Spurs deserve it, man. They've been winning for a long time, man. Brother Patrick says pocket presence. Hill is still trying to develop. Jameis is looking downfield at something in the backyard. If you notice, he's counting off numbers. Is that each read down on? Yeah, right. Yeah, it's just a numbers game, isn't it? Numbers on the field, numbers being called out, numbers in your head. It's all mathematical, isn't it? The clock, and I speak about the clock in your head, counting down, understanding what wide receivers supposed to go in real time, having a field awareness to know where the wide receiver is supposed to be. The caveat to it is that Jameis Winston played wide receiver, played tight end, played running back. So he has an insight on each position that he's going to, whether it's the running back, tight end, and wide receiver. So he's the quarterback throwing to every position that he played in. That is a bonus skill set that we can't leave out of here. He played not played it, he just played it and did it all right. No, he played it and had an impact. He was catching the ball and running over people, electrifying the offenses when they were dead. Taysom Hill played the wide receiver, running back, and tight end positions, fullback, running, all that. Most of everything except for offensive linemen. So he has an idea what each one of those guys is supposed to do. Now, how could Taysom take that and translate that to help him understand the game? You get me? That's interesting, because that's if he can do that, that gives him a unique advantage over Jameis. Could he put all that together this year? Think about that. Just thinking, I was thinking about, like, man, that guy that played wide receiver, tight end, running back, all that shit. So, I mean, if he can somehow take that information and process it as a quarterback, that's a big advantage. Can he do it though? That we'll see. We shall see. We shall see. Thank you, brother Pat Rich. All right. Inevitable. And okay, thank y'all for giving Jade a happy 26th birthday. I hope she watching that, brother Madge Prom. Put her on the show, let her know that the family members are giving her a shout out, man, so she can feel empowered by that, man, and feel that great Saint think tank, who that nation love. All right. So I'm gonna get ready to end the show on that, family. Listen, I thank y'all. Okay, thank you, brother Pat Rich. Appreciate your super chat, fam. I want to give a shout out, to the great Saint think tank. Thank y'all for being here, man. Much love to y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank you, brother Pat Rich, for your super chat, my friend. Thank you. He said, "Thanks, Q. I'm done." Jameis Winston, QB. All right, he just stated his case. Case closed. All right, so just to address the question thrown out there by who said brother Matt. Okay, he said, yeah. All right, man. He says, can you give my wife and LaShonda Williams a big who that? All right, big ups to my boy Matt's wife. What's your wife's name, bro? I don't want to just say wife. I know she's your wife, but what's her name? Oh, it's LaShonda. Okay, I see. I'm sorry. Okay, I thought, yeah. Oh, okay, Matt. Going too fast. All right, big ups to my dog, Matt. Thank you, Matt, for your super chat, bro. Big ups to Matt's wife, man, LaShonda Williams. Much love. Happy who that. We salute you at the Great Saint Think Tank and the Who Dat Nation. Much love to my brother Matthew Pollard and his wife LaShonda. Much love. She's a big who dat. All right. Much love to you, LaShonda. Appreciate you, baby. And who dat to my brother Matt as well. Much love to the fam. Who dat? All right, fam. And thank you, VB. No, appreciate you for being here. All right. Thank you. My brother Scoob in the building. All right. So yeah, this about what you were saying, my friend, about the book. Hold on here, man. It was a series of books. Now, this was really interesting around the Industrial Revolution. Industrial age, right after World War II, when people started coming home from the war and all that kind of stuff. They had what they called, that's when they came up with the term nuclear family and all this kind of stuff, which they're trying to destroy right now. But that came as a result of what they were saying about the nuclear age, and that's when the concepts of the man working, the woman at home, and all this stuff happened. And you had the programming of the Leave It to Beaver and all that kind of stuff. You remember all that? That's all that programming came online right after that, at that time frame. And I'm saying that because I'm trying to set the mode in time, in reference of time. That's how you had the concepts of family, because a lot of the television were pushing that. Well, the children of the Leave It to Beaver type family members that were doing that, that some of them rebelled against that model. And that's where a lot of the hippies came out of, when they went the exact opposite of what the family was pushing, which happens. It happens, you know, if you don't have strong teachings, your children are going to buck away anyway. They're going to know instinctively something's wrong here. So you got to make sure you're on your square and you're teaching the right stuff to the children. You got to give them the truth. You know, you got to tell them the truth, because if you don't, somebody else going to tell them the truth, and it might not be the right truth that you, well, you got to have control over that, because there's all kinds of stuff. Anyway, I say that just to set the time frame, because right around that time, after that, you had in the 30s, 40s, 50s, in that era, in that span of time, you had a rich man that stepped forth, and this man was Carnegie. And I mentioned Carnegie because Carnegie was a steel magnate. He was one of the richest men in the world. Very disagreeable man, in my opinion. I studied Carnegie. Studied a lot of stuff that he was doing. I studied his relationships that he had with other demon, evil people like the Rockefellers and all that, just keeping it real. And on his deathbed, he commissioned a guy to write a series of books. Where this series of library books that he wrote, these volumes became available to Americans, because he wanted to commission. I guess this was his attempt to unravel or to give back to humanity after all the stuff he took away from them on his deathbed to try to make it right. Well, he died. He never seen the completion of his project, but he commissioned a man to go and talk to all of his rich buddies and take all of the stuff that his rich buddies, and he knew all of them from the Fords on down, they tell him what did they use to become successful. Would he put them in a collection of books? And this became the standard by which a lot of the people you see today gain their wealth, through this collection of books. That's how they got it, because it was a unique information. A lot of the stuff tied to common sense principles. A lot of the stuff went to mental principles, because you can't become successful if you're in your own way. If you keep saying you got self-limiting beliefs, you can't. I mean, but think about the achievements of man, getting going to the moon, creating a cell phone where you can watch movies on your bank and all this type of stuff. This is all the worldly stuff. I mean, you know how far off your mind has to be able to get into that technical, logical phase and be able to see things that are not there, and then eventually bring them into the three-dimensional world. I mean, I use these technology comparisons just for people to understand that they came from an intellect first. They had to imagine these things. And the only thing imagination is images. Imagine a nation full of images. Imagination, image nation, a nation full of images or pictures in your head of things you see. So unless you understand that and stop the negative in talking to yourself, you got to control this thing. You got to whip this thing. You got to get it under control, so that you could be able to ascend to where you need to be. They got people going up to the moon and drilling deep in the earth and all to the bottom of the sea. These are, come on, that's great technological feats that we see, but it starts here. Nobody got there unless they started here. And I tell y'all that because a lot of these works is out there. These books are out there. So, I mean, you can go and find the Carnegie's books. It's a bunch of them out there. It's so many of them out there. He commissioned that little dude, Napoleon Hill is his name. Y'all probably familiar with him. That's where it came from. I got a bunch of his stuff. And it's a unique way to look at the world, because it's totally opposite to what you was given. That's why a lot of us only succeed to a certain point, and then others just shoot past you. You're lacking something. They got the same blood as you do, same heart, same lungs, same everything. They eat like you do, might be eating something different because they can afford to make even a little bit better food or live in a better neighborhood, wealthy. But this is the doctrine that they reach with. This is what they have. A lot of people want to keep it away from you, but you have to have a mind to go and get it. You got to understand, say, well, listen, If I got this information, then I could push a lot further than where I come from. And that's all I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to convince you. I'm just challenging you. I'm trying to challenge people to get on that level, to get there. See a better life for you and your wife, or you and your children, or if you don't have no children, just you see a better self for you, a better life for you, a better, higher life for you. And I'm not like a minimalist guy, because I think that's foolish. And I ain't trying to shoo or make fun of people that's minimalist. You can do that if you like, but the universe is made for you. It's an abundance. It's the Most High don't do nothing in trivial pursuit. He gives abundance. You can eat wherever you want. When the last time you seen a squirrel in the unemployment line? It's starving. They're gonna eat. I'm saying nature provides. Then it provides for these creatures. And that's just it's so much. But yeah, seek out that, bro. Seek out that. But they got a lot of different books. You can look at Neville Goddard. There's a book out there called The Mind Book. There's several different books called The Mind Book. There's several of them with that title that are very good books. And it's about simple techniques of how to control the mind. Simple techniques of how to use. And I kept telling y'all, one of the great ones you can use is use your voice recorder on your phone. And you just start with 3 things that you really want to happen, that you're passionate about. Don't put nothing up in there that don't mean nothing. Put 3 things you're really passionate about, record it on your phone, record it on that phone, and put energy into it. When you say that stuff, remember, it's not just what you say, it's also how you feel about what you're saying too, because it got to happen. Remember, when you creating ideas of bringing things from the haze of the mental plane into the 3-dimensional reality, you got to not only have the thought, but the thought is dead unless it's energized by emotion. Emotion, which means energy in motion. That's what you have. You got to energize that thought with emotion. So you got to put passion into that idea to break it into life. Thank you, Carter. Appreciate you, friend. So you got to thank you for that, Carter, for subscribing. Who that to you? Appreciate Carter. Let's give Carter a who that, happy who that, for joining the Sports Coma. Thank you, Carter. What's up, Joe? I see you, brother Joe. Who that to you? But that's all I'm saying, fam. I know y'all want better for your family and yourselves. We do. Whether you're a young person, a middle person, or a little experienced, man, everybody want better, man. Better health, better whatever you want. But you ain't going to get it unless you are serious about it. You have to be able to think it, then you create it. Like Deontay Wilder always say, think it, believe it, receive it. That's old time stuff. Think it, believe it, receive it. Think it, you got to think it. Then you got to put the energy of the process in it, because he says believe it, because the faith process, you got to have faith in your own vision, in yourself, to materialize it, because you will have to then live in the house of your vision. You have to literally go about imagining yourself in this realm, whether it's you are feeling sick or feeling like you don't have enough money or whatever it may be. You have to then visualize yourself as a well person. You see? And that's where it gets tricky, because some people they can't do that. But you got to break through that if you really want what you got. And I'm telling you, these people doing this shit. I'm telling you, they doing it. I'm telling you. Because there ain't no extra brain and all that. We all the same. But it's a unique information and practices and ways that you have to activate the universe in your favor. I keep telling y'all that the universe is a massive manufacturing plant that gives you what you want. Creator created a whole factory. Okay, I want this, and then it turns it out to you. That's why they tell you be careful what you wish for or what you say, because you might get it. Because the universe don't care either. If you put bad stuff out there, if you one of them person that like to think bad about people and you put that out there, that shit coming back for you. It ain't going for them. It's coming to your ass because you put the thought out there and it boomerang back to you. It might come not the way you thought it, but it'll come back to you and it'll impact you in a negative fashion, or those around you. And then you be thinking of some devil tripping you up. No, that's you doing it. So you got to whip this thing, man. You got to whip it. You got to understand how it works. And a really small way of doing it really is very, I ain't going to say it's simple because I don't want to give you the wrong idea, but you got to do your research. But I'll give you this technique. Like I said, take 3 things that you're passionate about, whatever it is. And I mean, don't put no old dead shit up there. 3 things you're really passionate about that you really want to happen. That 3 things, you record it, use a voice recorder on your phone. This don't cost you nothing to do, but it's really life-changing. You record those 3 things and put energy into what you're saying of those 3 things. And when you do that, visualize that as you see fit. If you're a person that's not feeling well, don't say you feel, I don't feel. Don't say that. Say that you feel well, you feel great, because it's not just that, it's the words, the vibration of the words activate the universe. They activate the cells in you. I keep telling you that you're the general of every cell in your body. And when you tell it to do something, it moves in your direction. You got to be a strong commander. You can't be a weak ass commander, because nobody listen to weak ass commanders. 3 things on your voice recorder that you're passionate about, and play them for 30 days in a row while you sleep. You don't have to have it turned up, because the subconscious mind can hear it. It would think 8 to 10 decibels below earshot. So you don't have to have it blasting. But 3 things that you're passionate about, record it, and then play it while you sleeping for 30 damn days, and then get on here and tell me how you feel. Then tell me how your life looked then. Just 30 days. That's how powerful the mind is. That's why they're always whipping you with the program out here. Bad programming to tear you up. They get in here. They want this first. They ain't talking all that other stuff. They got to get up in here first, because that's how they whip you. But anyway, just try that out, man. I'm gonna leave that with y'all, man, and keep looking, keep searching, baby. But the mind book is a part of it. They have it's so many of them, bro, to be honest with you. So, man, one of my favorite books was The Richest Man in Babylon. That was one that I learned about it, and that's where you get Tony Robbins and all these other dudes from. You get them from these series of literature. All that came out of The Richest Man in Babylon, which he was dropping game about how you're supposed to think and how it takes certain disciplines, all that stuff that we wasn't given in government mandatory school or in the university, which teach nothing about the universe. So, I mean, we got to remember this, man. And simple stuff, bro. It ain't complex. But try that out and watch how you feel. 30 days, baby. It's about folk, and you get that mind sinking, baby, on what you want, baby. And you're going to change your life, change your health, change everything around, baby. Baby, I'm telling you, baby. I'm telling you. But anyway, I'm gonna pause out on that. Much love to the family members, man. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all for chiming in on the show. Hit the like button. I thank all the subscribers that subscribe for the show, and the family members, my moderators, and the rest of the Great Saint Think Tank. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for joining the YouTube membership as well. Feel free to try that out. I'll go to Patreon. The links is in the description. What's up, Brother Ernest? How you doing, Brother Ernest? Good to see you in the chat, my friend. Appreciate you. All right. So with that being said, yeah, Brother Ernest, Brother Ernest. Oh, no problem, my friend. Appreciate you, man. And who that to you, Brother Ernest? Good. Always good to hear from you. Tragic said Boardwalk Empire was loosely based on early industrial American business. Yes. And that's how the mob legitimized themselves, man. They came in like with heavy-handed techniques, but when the last time you seen that happen? They done moved up into the ranks where they done became the lawyers, the judges, the politicians. Their children went to school, became judges, and they done went up into the criminal judges and lawyers and all that. They legitimized themselves. You know, that's why you don't hear about all that. You know, and it's a lot more, but it's not how they tell you it is. Of course, it's not who it is. It's because it's 2 different truths out here. Well, 2 different visions of views. And you have to choose which way you want to go. If you want happiness and fulfillment, you're not going to get that by hating on other people. That's not going to work. You can't want ill for another person and want positive for yourself. It don't work like that. People keep whooping themselves because they don't understand how the universe works. What you give is what you get. So if you give in good stuff, you're going to get good stuff back. How you planting apples and get mad when oranges pop? I mean, you know, it's crazy. You know, it's like planting apple seeds and then you if you plant apple seeds, expect to get apples out of the ground. An apple tree is going to grow if you plant apple seeds. You know, it's almost like putting, you know, those energies out. It's like planting apple seeds and expecting oranges to grow. It's absolutely out of nature. You know, it's not going to happen. You put orange seeds in the ground, you get oranges back. You put apple seeds in the ground, you get apple seeds back. But you can still plant something bad in the universe and it'll grow back to you too. It doesn't care. It'll manifest whatever you put into it. That's why I tell you, be careful about that old mind of yours, because you got something powerful there. The Creator gave you all the power in the world right here now to activate it. And they got people thinking their human resources or that they're expendable. It's all on you, baby. Don't look for the politicians. Don't look for them people, man. I keep telling y'all, my message is, don't I tell you the power all the time? Who I tell who run the Saints? Who I say that to? Who, when they be up here with these buildings, getting all this money off the buildings, who do I say that money belong to? Who talks like that? Nobody talk like that. I've been saying that for years. I've been telling you that you the power, not them, not the coach, not the players. You the power, because the coach can leave, the players can leave, all of them can go, but you ain't going nowhere. You gonna die. You gonna die a black and gold person. You gonna live a black and gold person. Thank you, Smallville. Appreciate you, fam, for your super chat. He says, who that Q? We enjoy your podcast as well. And TJ's and James Winston all the way. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. And much love to my dog, TJ. Thank you for your super chat, Smallville. Much love. But like I said, that's what it's all about, family. The whole thing is to believe, make you think that you are underneath when you really on top. That's what it's about. They cannot operate it without you participating mentally. That's why they spend trillions of dollars to whip you with bad programming and lies on television to get you to believe that the world is a certain way so they can keep on ruling it. That's why they're in control of the measurements that you view, so they can control the agenda. It's all about, you see what I'm saying? It's all about making you think it's a certain way. No, it's not like that at all. Not like that at all. You got all the power in your hands and in your mind. You just got to know how to activate it, baby. Try that for a little bit. Try it. Try without that little technique I told y'all to do, and see how your world turn around, because the Most High put all the power in you. You got God in you. That's what they say. And they think that's church. That's science, man. The creator in you. And if the creator can create, they call him the creator or the creative force. Why? You are a part of the creative force. Whatever is the universe is made of, people want money, houses, a girlfriend, or old girl, or old guy, whatever you want. All that is made up of cosmic matter, cosmic particles, as they call it, cosmic particles. All of that's made up. So the house, the money, all that's made of cosmic particles, including this. So if you can switch this on to be able to invert the polarity and bring things to you, wouldn't you want to learn how to do that? Well, you can. You got to activate this for you and not against you. We're going to stop on that. Maybe I need to do a podcast on Q with Big Q covering more of that, man, because a lot of people starting to gain the interest in that. I know y'all was interested in knowing all that kind of stuff. If I had, maybe I'd start a podcast on it. Inevitable says, yo, Q, you great at this, brother. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. It's just been a long time, and I learned a lot, man. Like I told you, I started when I was 15, 16. I asked why it was things like this. And then I got all the answers. The creator gave me everything and kept giving it to me to this day. And I learned a lot along the way. And a lot along the way is I realized that that you have all the power. The creator gave you everything that you need. He or she, whatever you think, it gave, the Most High gave you all of the power you need to make a change in your life. But the people the toll booth people, I call them, that charge you a toll to talk to God, told you that you got to go through them to get it, or they got to speak for you to get it. No. Wrong. You have it all. You just don't know how to activate it properly. But if you say how, you'll be given it. You'll be shown. That's why I say they can't stop us no more. Ain't no more lying and conniving and tricking and all that kind of stuff. People want to know how to activate their minds, and that's their God-given ability. Activate your, they tell you, well, man only use 15% of his brain, and nobody asks what happened to the other, 85%? What the hell happened? Why? Well, 15% of his brain. Who heard that before? Oh, well, man only use 15. Why? Why we only use 15? Why we don't use 100% of our brain? Because they was involved in cutting you down. They was the ones responsible for why you don't use. They the ones that cut you down. But I'm telling you, they can't stop you no more, fam. I've been telling you that. Just try that, man. Try it. Y'all gonna see. Y'all gonna see. They can't hold you back no more, baby. No matter who you are, where you come from, they can't stop you. They try to put us up against each other, but you only have one foe. You heard me? You only have one foe, and that's the person pushing you up against each other. They the ones that you really need to pay attention to. That's enough of that. Anyway, but I love y'all. I appreciate y'all, man. And Tasha said, Kelvin saying you need to speak about this stuff in relationships too. Well, I mean, yep. There you go. Thank you, Ernest. Yep, the laws of success. Thank you, Ernest. Ernest is that's the professor right there, man, talking. Much love to the professor. Joe said, my bad. Okay. He said, simple. Yeah, you did say that, Tasha. Scoop says, Q, if you start a podcast on these subjects, I won't contribute in some fact. Oh, yeah, I'm going to have to, man. Y'all telling me to. I'm going to have to fire it up some kind of way, family, and create the name. Y'all going to have to help me with the name, and y'all tell me what the name going to be. I want to get y'all input on that. But, yeah, man, I've been studying that for years, man. Studying that for years. Well, my perspective on it, man. I put all that in everything that I am. In sports and life, period, man. You know, and like it's cool because I talk to my children, and my children, you know, they be, you know, what about this and that, and I'm like this, that, third, and then it's real stuff. You know, it's not fake. You know, like the history. Like I can read something and then go into it and say, well, this is really how it went. You know, because remember, history is just his interpretation of events. That's all history is. His story. He telling it. So what's my story? If it's his story and he telling it, then what's my story? Well, your story with my story is mystery. His is history. Yours is mystery. Isn't mystery break down into my story? What is a mystery? Mystery is something that you. That's enough. All right, look, man, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all, man. I'm gonna get on up out of here. I'm gonna holler at y'all later, man. And I'll see most of the family members on Tuesday show, the Patreon Tuesday show for our members, our YouTube member family, and our Patreon champions will be on the Tuesday edition as well. So I'll holler at y'all. For the rest of the family members, I'll see y'all on Wednesday Saints Talk. So much love to you guys. Keep your heads up, your hearts open, and I'll holler at you later. Who that?
Yeah. Well, all right. Like you always say, welcome, welcome, welcome. #1 sports talking D. We ain't like the Falcons, we won't blow the lead. Look, all we talk is who that, who got cut and who back. Rookies in the vets, players you should look at. It's the sports coma, you don't wanna miss it. Got the pre-game, party, post-game statistics. Get a visit from Sway, maybe DC or 5. It's the hottest thing smoking, Big Q and the guys. Go to YouTube Live, make sure you subscribe. Interviews inside the Saints locker room high. Talk to Drew, Jordan, Zach, Peyton, New Orleans, who that nation. Best believe when I say we bleed gold and black. Ain't a miracle or rivalry could ever hold us back. No, Beastquake, Bounty Gate, let the truth be told. It's the sports coma, all we know is say Super Bowl. Yeah.